All right, well, welcome back everybody. My name's Andrew and you're watching the Kelley's Country Life. I apologize for the echo that we have in here today. We're still in construction stage of a house, so there is no vanities, no nothing in here to break up the echo itself. So in today's episode, we're gonna install a shower door into the shower that just got completed. Hopefully y'all watched that episode. We picked it up off of Amazon. It's just a single swing door, nothing fancy about it, really good price. And I've never installed one before. We're gonna see if we can figure this out together. All right, so now it is time to install our shower door. And let me show you how we got this. Believe it or not, I ordered our shower door off of Amazon like I do so many other things. And it actually showed up not broken. So we decided to go with a clear shower door, and we may regret that, we may not, but there was a specific reason why. Whenever you come into our bathroom, we wanted a clear door so you could actually see through, see the beautiful tile that we have, see the shower, and it makes the room feel bigger. You gotta imagine if there is just a frosted glass door right here, now the bathroom feels this big. But whenever you can look through clear glass on into a huge shower like that, now the room has a lot more depth and just feels bigger. But should we get to the point that we hate clear glass, the one thing I'm highly concerned about is soap scum buildup. It may start looking, really dirty, have to clean it constantly and be a nightmare. No problem. We can always buy that frosted tint material that you put over glass, and basically just like tinting a car window, and we can frost it one side or the other, and then we can have a frosted door look and get privacy glass. So at least when you start with clear, you can always have it, or you can change it. Whereas if you start with privacy glass, you're kind of stuck with it. All right, so I wound up finding some instructions online, and this is the curb piece that comes with the kit. You can see it's got a kick-up lip here. That's so when the shower door closes, it has a seal on the bottom that stops in this curb, and that lip keeps water from pouring out of the shower. This piece is optional if you have a sloped curb going back in the shower. Ours is flat, so we're gonna use it. Supposedly all this is made out of aluminum, so I'm just gonna put it up here, make a mark, and we're gonna go cut this. All right, so I just used my angle grinder with a cut off this to trim this up. Now we have a nice perfect fit, and I can silicone that in just a little bit later. Now this particular kit comes with 2 rails, so you can put the swing of this door, the hinge side, on either side, make it swing whatever direction you want. But I found the instructions, and I'm glad I found them because I want you to notice this. One is just slightly longer. I'm talking 3/4 of an inch longer than the other one. It turns out that is the one that you want on the hinge side. Now there is holes drilled up and down this. So essentially what I'll do is mount this on either side of the shower, where I want the hinge to go and where I want the shower door to close. And I know I want the hinge side on this side because we want the door to open up into the room. Keep in mind these doors have to open to the outside. All right, so I bought a drill bit that comes with this container that you fill up with water. It supposedly it cools the bit and kind of contains everything. Also has adhesive backing on it, so you can actually stick it over the hole where you want to drill your tile. Honestly, this feels really gimmicky, but we'll see. And then it comes with a specialized diamond tipped drill bit right there that is made just for tile. Now the good news is it does stick on there and it does center your drill bit up. So let's see. All right, well, it went through. It came with 0 instructions basically. So I have no idea if I need to go on a very slow speed, a medium speed, or a high speed. I do have my drill set on medium. I don't want to go super fast. Now here's something interesting. look at the color of the water. So apparently it did pull all the mess out and the bit is dripping. So I guess it did actually cool it like it's supposed to. Well, I must say it's working a little better than expected. Alright, so I bought a really good quality premium silicone. And as you can see for this bottom piece right here, this little threshold has a kicked up lip that goes to the exterior, and it has two big flat bottom sections. That's where I'm actually going to run a bead of silicone, press this down, and then it's sealed out completely. Double the seal to keep water out of the shower. Now, I've already marked down here on my towel where this goes. I did that back whenever I marked for the holes for the side pieces. We'll place this down. We can always move it since it's just not screwed down. We'll clean up in just a minute. All right, so now we'll put these side plates in. The kit comes with some long stainless screws. And what I forgot to mention is the reason I drilled a hole through the tile is because I'm trying to get access to the framing that I put behind here. You want to make for sure that you're drilling into some actual wood and studs to hold this up. All right, so I must say I am extremely disappointed in the length of the screws that were provided in the kit. A screw this long is not going to get good penetration in the wall. Now you're running a huge risk of your shower door pulling out of the wall and crashing to the floor and breaking. You got to keep in mind, not only are we going through a 1/4 inch to 5/16 of an inch of tile, you have thin set behind that, the mortar material that basically you spread out and stick your tiles with. Then you have 1/2 inch backer board. That's that rock material cement board that you adhere tile to. It's not very strong stuff. The screw doesn't bite in it well at all. Then you finally make it to your wood. So you're talking almost an inch there of material you've got to get through before you get into wood. Well, if you look at the length of that screw, I'm only biting into the wood. It feels like 1/4 to 1/2 inch. That is not enough to hold this shower door up, in my opinion. You're really dependent on that backer board holding the screw. It's just not going to happen. So I don't have long stainless screws right now, but what I do have is coated exterior use deck screws. These are 3 inches long, very strong screws, and I shouldn't have to worry about these rusting and anything coming out from the door. So these are what I'm going to put in. Keep in mind, if you're going to run a screw that long, make sure you don't have plumbing or electrical in any of the walls that you're screwing into. I do not in this particular case. But that's going to get, oh goodness, at least a couple of inches into the 2x4 wall that I have back there, really holding this shower door up. All right, so this is a situation where it probably make a whole lot more sense to have an extra set of hands, but it's just me like normal. So I've got this set in loosely. I'm gonna go ahead and mount the screws, and I'll just cut the camera back on and show you, because it's gonna be hard for me to do this work and talk to you by myself. All right, so I have the door attached. I'll show you that in just a second. And then one of the last things to do, there is a magnet strike plate that comes with this. And there is a little piece that it connects to inside the door. It's very easy to see, probably hard to see on camera. So this is a relatively straightforward design. You got a piece of vinyl or rubber right here that you'll actually slide over the door. And then this hinge plate with the magnet in it, or strike plate I should call it, slides over that. Now, this came extremely loose to the point it was wanting to fall off the door. So I just took a pair of pliers and actually bent this closed just a little, so it should slide over this rubber and really pinch and hold to the door. All right, and the last thing to install will be this little bottom seal, I guess is what I'm gonna call it. It goes on the bottom side of the door and will actually seal over into that little threshold that we put in, but this does have to be trimmed. So I think what we'll do is just slide it onto the door, make a quick little mark. Alright, so the last thing that I want to do now is run a thin bead of silicone on the outside edges, because you can actually just barely see a little bit of light through, and if I didn't seal this up, water would eventually find its way around this track system that we put in. Alright, well, the shower door is complete. It's going to be hard to see with the clear glass and clear seals on it, but it's ready to go. I've got everything nice and siliconed in the corners, all the way down to the bottom. Everything looks good. So we have our little threshold that I keep calling it. I know it's hard to see. It's got a lip here to run water back inside. And also on the door is a rubberized seal here that when you close goes up and over that to keep water from splashing and potentially coming out. So it's just got your standard magnetic latch right there. Forgot to mention this is 1/4 inch thick. I think you can buy them up to 3/8, and this is tempered glass. So very strong, but you have to be careful about putting pressure on things like, say, the corner when you're installing this, because you can actually cause it, to kind of shatter and crack. But tempered glass is very, very strong, as it should be for a shower application. Forgot to show the handle, but it's just got a couple of Allen bolts right here on the bottom side where you can put it on and tighten those back up. Very straightforward and simple. And what I couldn't show a minute ago, because I was trying to install the door myself. So you remember I mounted the frames to the wall, one on each side, and then this piece with the seal is a piece that slides over what we mounted to the wall. All you do is adjust it in and out, since these doors are adjustable by up to 1 inch. So I spaced it out some, shot some screws in. Now that piece is sturdy, and I did the same thing on the door side. I shot 4 self-tapping screws in over here. It comes with 6, but I went out to my shop and got one more. Just felt more comfortable about having some extra screws over here holding the weight of that door. And I didn't have to adjust out much over here. I could have adjusted another 1/2 inch. So like I said, this door fits a 33 to 34 inch wide opening. And I'm right about 33.5, so it worked out perfect. All right, so it's time to go ahead and remove this nipple that I put in. It's just a cheap plastic nipple that I stuck back into the drop ear connection, so the tile guy can see where to cut me an opening. So I'm gonna pull that out. We're gonna actually put the official piece in for the faucet manufacturer that we purchased, and kind of get all this wrapped up. I have put a couple different sealer coats on the grouts. As you can see, it's many days later. I wanted to let all that cure and dry in and get all that done before mounting the valve assembly kit and shower head, because it would have just been in my way. All right, like I do on all my other threaded connections, I'm gonna use some of this liquid TFE paste. So it is just like the white Teflon tape that you put on, but far better in my mind. This is an area I do not want leaking inside my shower wall. So I want to use some good stuff. All right, the good news is there is a large enough hole right here that I can remove the decorative cap, which will cover that hole after I run the shower a few times to make for sure, I can look in there with a light, make for sure I don't see any leaks. Also on the opposite side of this wall, in a laundry cabinet that we have against the wall, I went ahead and drilled 4 holes a while back when I mounted that cabinet, and I can actually cut a large opening out of the cabinet itself. You'll never see it, straight through the sheetrock, and access this joint if I ever need to tighten anything up, check for additional leaks, or change out that fitting up here. Now, I also supported this mount right here, this piece of pipe inside the wall. I'll put that video at the end of this one if you're watching on YouTube. There'll be some videos that pop up down there. And you can see when I originally installed this and I put blocking in the wall to support the weight of a very heavy shower head. You do not want your 190-degree fitting in there trying to support all of this weight, or you're gonna wind up busting that fitting. Now for grabbing a hold of smooth piping and all these different joints that I'll be tightening today, I just use a pair of adjustable pliers, wrap some electrical tape on it, then you won't scratch it up. And this electrical tape actually gets a really good grip on some of this slick round piping, for example. And it's easy to take right back off. Now we went with this particular shower head for a very important reason, the wand. This wand actually serves 2 important purposes for us. All right, so one, say we come in the shower and we're ready to turn on the hot and cold water. We did not set our shower up with outside control valves like a lot of people are doing now. That way you can turn it on, get your hot temperature, not get blasted with cold water before you ever climb in. But personally, I like to adjust my temperature constantly in the shower, so I kind of wanted a standard valve set up to where I could access it while showering. So the beautiful thing about this wand is there is an adjustment knob right here on the side to where you can turn this to the full shower head, to both, or just the wand itself. That's the beauty of that. So now I can come in here, turn it to just the wand, turn my water on, have this pointed to the corner, or to the back of the shower. Now I'm not getting blasted with the cold water. I can adjust it when my hot water comes or I get the temperature I want. Now I can just put this back in, let it rain down on me, and adjust to both shower heads if I want, for example. The other beautiful thing about this wand is we have a little dog. So should we decide to bathe our animals in here, now we can get water all the way down conveniently to the bottom of the shower where the little dog is, soap him up, bathing with this, different adjustments, and put it right back. And again, because we can turn this shower head off, we're not getting soaking wet while we bathe an animal. Now, as far as these Delta shower valve assemblies go, this one comes with a test plug right here. So all the internal components are not in it. It's just this plug right here. That allows you to pressure test and pass plumbing inspections before you ever close your wall up. All right, then it has a little adapter assembly that has to press into some holes back there. This little piece comes out. All right, so now we put our actual control valve in there, what a mechanism that is, and it's got some writing on it that says hot side on the left. So we will make sure that goes to the left because I know that's where I hooked up the hot side. All right, we'll put this ring back on, seal everything up. Right, so now we put this decorative plate over, and it's actually already got a gasketed seal built into it. Alright, so now we'll put our volume control knob on. There's off, there's on. That looks correct. And this is a really weird design. It's a geared mechanism that you insert here, and you can actually rotate a certain number of teeth to make your water hotter. It says every tooth is 4 degrees hotter. And it has a stop in here that shows the minimum. I'm going to go just a couple above that. Tiffany does like hot showers, but I'm not going to go crazy. I can always pull this back apart and adjust it. Alright, so that's off. That's on. The big knob's your control knob. And then that's hot. That's cold. So temperature and flow. Alright, so here it is. I purposely mounted this shower head up several inches higher than industry standard because there's nothing I can stand more than a shower head that's right here that you literally have to squat down. I see it in houses constantly. So I made sure I had this plenty high enough. I mean, look at that. If I tilt it up like that, look how far above my head that is. Plus, if we have guests over that are much taller than us, they'll have a comfortable shower head to get under. But it's still low enough that we can easily adjust all the knobs on it. So we can use the handheld one. I tell you what, one thing about using a camper shower that we've used for the last 2.5 years, all it has is one of these. I've kind of gotten used to it. I like being able to wash my back off, get underneath my armpits, hard to reach areas. A wand is perfect for that. So another reason we definitely wanted one. So other than a little bit of touch-up paint around the edges and on the roof, you know, where things just kind of got messed up in the midst of building the shower, perfectly normal. Shower's complete. So I'm gonna let this, I guess, grout sealer cure for another 24 to 48 hours. That's what it recommends. Then all I have to do is open up a water valve outside. It's already ready to go. Then we're gonna actually run water in the shower, check out the drainage, make sure everything looks good, and heck, it's ready to go. All right, well, thank y'all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll catch you on the next episode.